Why is everyone moving to Fort Worth, Texas right now? Picture this. You land in a new city. You don't know a single person. You don't know the neighborhoods. You don't know which areas are growing and which ones you should absolutely be avoiding. You're just kind of figuring it out as you go. That was me. In 2006, I moved from the UK all the way to Fort Worth, Texas, and I had no one to show me the way. No guide, no insider, no one to say, hey, this is where you want to be right now. So I figured it out by myself. And after living here for 20 years and over half of that being in the real estate world and selling over 80 million in real estate, helping hundreds of families find their place of home in Texas, I made a decision. Nobody coming to Fort Worth should ever have to figure this stuff out on their own. So if you are thinking of moving here, or if you're already living here and you're just wondering, is now a good time to make a move? Stay with me on this video because what I'm about to share with you could change how you see this city. Here is something that most people don't know. Fort Worth is one of the fastest growing cities in the United States, not just in Texas, but in the entire country. And I've observed that the people who move here early, they are winning big. They buy before prices climb. They are getting in before everyone else figures it out. So let me show you why this city is pulling people in from Los Angeles, from Washington, D.C., from San Francisco, and honestly from all over the world. You might not already know this, but in the broader DFW area, national migration accounted for 58% of the population increase. That's around 103,000 people that moved here between July 2023 and July 2024. So there are five big reasons. And by the time I walk you through all five, you're going to understand why this place feels a little different to other cities. So let's dive in. Reason number one, Fort Worth's economy is not built on one thing. It is built on many. We've got Lockheed Martin here. They are one of the largest. We've got Lockheed Martin right here, one of the largest aerospace companies on Earth. We've got American Airlines calls Fort Worth home. We've got Charles Schwab. We've got Wells Fargo. We've got Caterpillar. These are not small names. These are huge companies that bring in thousands of high-paying jobs. These are companies that bring in thousands of high-paying jobs. And here's what this means for you. When jobs grow, people move here. And when people move here, the demand for homes goes up. And when demand goes up, your property becomes more valuable. And if you are already a homeowner, in an area like that, that means that you are building your net worth with every single value bump. I've seen cities that have one big employer and how fragile those cities are. Fort Worth has many. This is what we call a strong foundation, and strong foundations protect your investment. Reason number two is your money simply goes further here. Think about this. The median home price in Fort Worth is around $300,000 to $340,000. Now compare that to California, to New York, to Washington, D.C. I mean, lots of us have seen Selling Sunset or some equivalent and the home prices that they feature in those shows. Those same homes that cost 1.2 million there on the coast, you can own that here for a fraction of the cost. And there's something else too. Texas has no estate income tax, none. Zero. Now, I know you're thinking about it. Yes, we do have property taxes, and everyone that I have ever run those numbers for to compare has ultimately moved here. So that tells you that the numbers made sense for them. So not only is your home more affordable, you actually get to keep more of every single paycheck here. And I've noticed that when people run those real numbers, when they sit down and they actually compare the cost of living, the decision becomes clear really fast. Fort Worth simply makes sense. Reason number three, and this one is important, Fort Worth is not finished growing, not even close. I've spent 20 plus years watching this city expand. I've seen new roads, new communities, new businesses, All neighborhoods that didn't even exist 5 years ago, they are now some of the most sought after places to live in the area. And here's what you should understand with this: there are areas in Fort Worth right now that are about to do exactly what those old neighborhoods did. Growth is coming to them next. And obviously, the families who buy ahead of that growth, they build wealth. And naturally, the ones who wait until it's incredibly obvious that those areas are growing and in demand, ultimately they pay the premium price and they miss out on that upward trajectory of their equity growth. Now, my job, the thing that I have dedicated my entire career on, is helping you find those zones before the rest of the market catches on. That is what I call buying ahead of the growth curve, and it is one of the most powerful things that you can do as a buyer or an investor in this market, and honestly in any market. Reason number 4, the life that you get to live right here. This is the part that surprises most people the most, because Fort Worth is not what you think it is. It's not just cowboys and country music. We do have plenty of that, but it also has world-class museums, has incredible food, and we've got Texas barbecue to international cuisine. We've got parks, we've got trails, we've got lakes, we've got outdoor spaces that your kids will absolutely grow up loving. And it has a downtown that is truly alive, and it's undergoing a major revitalization right now. And here's what I hear from almost every family that I've helped relocate here. Almost every single one has said this to me in one way or another, is that ultimately they'll tell me, Kirsten, I just wish that I had done this sooner. I wish I had taken that leap of faith and moved here when I first thought about it, because the pace of life here just feels different. It's warmer, it's friendlier, it's real. And I think deep down, that's exactly what a lot of people are looking for. And reason number 5 is the momentum. Here's what I've seen living here for 2 decades now, is that Fort Worth right now is in a very rare window. Prices have stabilized, inventory is open up, buyers have more negotiating power than they have had in years. But here's the thing about windows: they don't stay open like this for forever. As rates ease and people time out of their buy down mortgage rates, which is what we saw happening a lot in the COVID market, and they're coming, this is going to start happening more and more. More buyers are ultimately coming back to the market. And as more people discover what Fort Worth has to offer, and clearly they're discovering it every day, we're now the 11th largest city in the US. And this all combines and causes demand to pick back up. So all of this demonstrates that the families that move here now, while others are still waiting and watching, those are the families who are going to look back in 2 or 3 years and they're going to say, I'm so glad that we moved to Texas when we did. I'm not here to pressure you. That's not how I work. I am simply here to help make sure that you have the information, because I believe when you know more, you win more. And I believe that you deserve to win more. So let me share something with you real quick. When I moved here from the UK in 2006, I was totally stepping into the unknown. I was coming to a new country, a new city, new everything completely by myself. And I remember thinking, I just need someone who actually knows this place, someone who will tell me the truth. I didn't want like a sales pitch. I wanted a guide. And that experience, or really the lack of it, is exactly why I do what I do. Every family that I work with, every buyer who lands here in DFW not knowing which way is up, I think of myself and standing in that exact place. And I show up in the way that I wish someone had shown up for me, with real information, with honest advice, with someone who actually cares where you end up. Not just, sitting at the closing table waiting to grab their check because you're just another number to them, but 5 years from now, 10 years from now, still excited for you that you believed in yourself enough to make the move and take the first step. That's what we have here at the Openshaw Realty Group. That's what we're here for. Now, if you're already living in Fort Worth, or you've just been considering and thinking about selling, if you're already living here in Fort Worth and you've just been thinking about selling and throwing that idea around, I want to say something to you too in your situation. This market right now rewards sellers who price with strategy. The buyers who are coming here from the coast and from other states and internationally, they're motivated, they're ready, but they're also smarter than ever. They have data, they have good agents, they know the numbers. So The homeowners who are selling, the ones that are winning right now, they are the ones who work with someone who understands exactly what today is. They are the ones who work with someone who understands exactly what today's buyer is looking for and then positions their home to successfully attract it. So if that's you, if you've been thinking about your next move and considering putting your home on the market to sell it, let's talk because I'd love to help you set up a strategy because I'd love to help you set yourself up with a strong strategy that's actually working right now. And every single week, I put out something that's called the Fort Worth Pulse. It's a newsletter, it's a full guide of real data, real market updates, real insights about what's actually happening in our city right now. It's no fluff. No noise, just the stuff that actually matters so that you can then make smart decisions about your home, your investment, and your future here. So if you want in on that, it's really simple. Just comment the word insider below this video. That's it. Just the word insider, and I will personally make sure that you get access to join us on that. Because again, I believe that when you know more, you win more and you deserve to win more. I'm Kirstine Openshaw. My husband Clive and we are your DFW real estate and home loans team, and we're super glad that you found us here. I hope that this video was helpful for you. If you found that this video helped you, please go ahead and share it with a friend who could maybe use some insight too. And don't forget to hit subscribe because we have so much more coming. And cheers to you. I will see you on the next one.